Hello, everyone. This is Ben Dunn, founder of Antarctic Press, a comic book publishing company founded in 1985, creator of such comic books as Ninja High School, Marvel Mangaverse, and a host of others. So I found this very interesting. It's on the Visual Capitalists Facebook page. And I'm looking at this list here they have of characters that are going to fall in the public domain. And my goodness, there's going to be quite a few well-known IPs that are going to fall in the public domain. And some have already fallen into the public domain, and people are already taking advantage of that. For instance, Winnie the Pooh has already fallen into public domain, and people are already making movies and comic books based on that character. Next comes Steamboat Willie, made the version, Mickey Mouse of the Steamboat Willie version, and already people are using that as well. Not to a bigger extent because, let's face it, Mickey Mouse is not as ripe for exploitation as Winnie the Pooh is. Now, this is going to be fun. Popeye is going to be a fantastic property to take advantage of. Because he's a great character. Oh boy, I can't wait to get a hold of this guy. And now Betty Boop and Pluto. I always thought that Betty Boop was already in public domain. Apparently I'm wrong. She'll fall in the public domain in 2026. Now it says here Popeye is going to fall in the public domain next year. So that's not very far from now. That's going to be it. Now notice there's no character in 2027. That's interesting. I mean, there probably is, but probably not as well known. And then in 2028, there's Goofy. Now that is interesting. I mean, of course, you got to use the rubber stretch version of Goofy, but who knows what possibility there will be. Now, in 2029, King Kong. Now, I always thought King Kong was already in public domain, but apparently not. Again, I am wrong. So this should be interesting as well. I'm sure Toho can't wait to get a hold of that character, because they're doing pretty well with King Kong and the kaiju monsterverse, so to speak. And I think the last King Kong appearance in the last Godzilla film did pretty good box office, and it falls in the public domain that anybody can now use King Kong, at least the original version of King Kong. They can't use the new version. They can only use the original 1930s version. And now also Donald Duck will fall in the public domain. Again, the original version of him, not the current version of them. Now, Disney Snow White will fall in the public domain. Now, that is interesting as well. Snow White has always been in the public domain, but this is the Disney version. So now anybody can do the Disney version of Snow White. I don't know anybody who would, but you never know. Now this, I can't wait. 2034, the Golden Age Superman will fall into the public domain, and I will almost guarantee every single comic creator who superhero creator will want to get their hands on Superman, and start making their own Superman comics. Can you imagine the different incarnations of Superman that's going to appear? Now you have to understand, this is going to be the Golden Age Superman. This is not the current version. There's a lot of limitations to using a public domain character. You just can't use Superman willy-nilly. You got to be very specific about the version you're going to use, which is the Golden Age. Now, I will make a caveat. I am not a copyright lawyer, so just don't take my advice at face value. You need to do your due diligence and research before you start using these characters. And then the year after that is Batman. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of fun. I actually think the Golden Age Batman is really a really cool incarnation. And that is going to be great. I can't wait to get my mitts on this guy. And then Bugs Bunny, also the original version of Bugs Bunny. That's should be interesting. And like I said, it'll be the original version. Now, Captain America and the Joker follows in 2036. And of course, Captain America, of course, is the Golden Age version with the original shield that he had on Captain America #1, and of course the Joker is the one that appears in Batman #1. But that's going to be cool also. And then Wonder Woman appears, a Golden Age version Wonder Woman, 2037. That's not too far. I mean, these are going to be a ways away. So you can't just use them right away. But it's a very interesting timeline. Yeah, seems like a lot of old characters are starting to fall into the public domain, and I see a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. So anyway, just wanted to give everyone a heads up, and it looks like the next 10 years are going to be very interesting for comic books. So until next time, this is Ben Dunn signing off.